Today I'll show you how to create a USB stick that is bootable in a legacy BIOS PC, and in addition it will contain persistence, so it will have a puppylinux save folder within it. So this will be a great solution if you have a PC that has no internal storage device. The Puppy Linux will be installing into the USB as is a very recent puppy, and I'll leave a link in the description where you can download it. But before that, right now I have a USB Ventoy USB stick that I have elected to boot into a Book1 Pup 64. To make it more clear, what I have here is a Ventoy USB stick, and this I have it attached to an external hard drive, which allows me to record this recording into the external hard drive. In addition, I've also put in the Noble Pup 64 Puppy Linux ISO here. So we'll be using that in a minute. So to make it clear though, let me remove the Ventoy USB stick. So I'm doing that now, and I will insert a USB stick that will be using it as a bootable medium. So the first thing what we want to do is go ahead and start gparted, and then we have to make sure that we get into STL, so it'll be way down here. It was SanDisk 32 gig. This is correct, and OK. First thing what we want to do is make sure this is under device. We want to create a partition table, and we want this to be msdos. So when you do this, you'll wipe everything out in that USB stick. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And then what we want to do is go ahead and right click and then new. And then this being about 30 gig. And we'll label this pups. So that's where the puppy Linux file is going to go. And we'll give it a roughly approximately half. This will contain documents and photos and so on. So whatever so in addition to Puppy Linux critical files, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then next what we'll do is, because the Puppy Linux is rather unique, what we want to create is a save partition. So I want to give it a fairly good space here for save partition, and I want to leave a little bit of space for Linux swap file. So here I'm going to leave less than 2 gig for swap, Linux swap. But here what we want to do is label capital SAV, so it just reminds me of save partition. And then here lastly we'll go ahead and new, and then we want to make sure that this is Linux swap and add, and then now we go ahead and apply. So it's finished, and then right click on the first partition, and then manage flags, put a tick on boot. Now the partitioning USB stick is pretty much all done. So next what we have to do is, we've done this part, install Puppy Linux files to pups. So pups is the first partition here. Second partition is save partition. So we want to go ahead and grab the ISO, which is an external hard drive, and I want to just minus sign to make it easier for me. And then what we want to do is just go ahead and single click on the ISO file, and then OK, yes, we want to mount it, And again, I'll just go ahead and minus sign just to make it easier on my eyes. And then what we want to do is open up the first partition, pups, and then minus again. And then we want to create a folder here, new folder, directory, and I will just go ahead and noble pup is fine, and then create. So we created a folder. So if you want to use an add another puppylinux ISO, you can, but then you create a separate folder. So here we're gonna copy all SFS files, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In it, besides SFS files, what you need is at least 2 more: VM Linux, init.rd, and if you have a Ucode file, you also want to copy that and just drag it into NP in my case, and then copy. So that's pretty quick. And since we're only going to be using Noble Pup as a bootable puppylinux, that's all we need. Now what we have to do is we have to get the grub file, so a menu list in our case. And to do that, we want to start grub for DOS. So we'll go to regular menu, F12, and go to setup, and then go down, grub for DOS bootloader, and then see if this is any better. Generally, it should be much quicker than this. For some reason, it's taking some time. Perhaps because I have external hard drive and the USB. So here now we have the we have to make sure this is external hard drive, and we don't want it there. We want to put it in the SanDisk. So we want to search only within this device. This is a USB stick, and then we want to also legacy compatible menu list, and then OK. And then just to make it easier, I'll just put an NP here, and everything else is all OK. OK. And then we want to take a closer look at the menu list and edit it. So we're at the menu list level. So here we put in the pup files, and then we're looking at the menu list. And what we want to do is add this here, this line, because it tells puppylinux we want the puppylinux save folders to be in save label partition, which is SDL2, and then within it we also want to create a folder, save folder, and this is a specific instruction. So what we want to do is just go ahead and copy this particular wording, and then go back to menu list, and then here we want to put it right before pfix. We want to control V to put in so let me make it easier. So right before pfix we put in this wording, and then save, and then what we want to do is just go ahead and make it easier. To me, just go ahead and erase everything else. I certainly don't have Windows, and I don't need the advanced menu. And then we want to go ahead and save this particular menu list wording, and OK. And this is all done. Reboot here. You don't need to save anything. You just next step should just be simply boot into the USB stick that we just created. Before that, one last thing that we want to do is go ahead and click on the save partition here, and then create a save folder, SAVE, just small SAVE letters, and create. So this is where the eventually puppylinux folder is going to be created. So that's the basic step, and just to confirm, I'll go ahead and leave a couple of pictures, so just to make sure that everything works. And those are the basic steps you need to create a bootable USB stick in a puppylinux.